In this video, we're going to be finding the discriminant of quadratic equations. So let's define what that is before we start using it. So the discriminant of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where again a is not equal to 0, is b squared minus 4ac. So that should look familiar after our practice with the quadratic formula. The b squared minus 4ac is the part of the quadratic formula that's underneath the square root sign. So why do we care about this discriminant? What is it going to tell us? Well, it tells us a couple different things. It tells us that when we calculate that, if it's greater than 0, then we're going to get two real number solutions. So that means the graph is going to look like something like this, similar to this, where it crosses the x-axis in 2 points. So that tells me that that quadratic has two real number solutions. Now, what if that is equal to 0? So I do b squared minus 4ac, it equals 0, then I get one real number solution, and the graph would look something like that, where the vertex is sitting right on the x-axis, so it only touches the x-axis in one place. And so now we've looked at when it's greater than 0, when it equals 0. What about when we calculate that and it is less than 0? Well, now we don't get any real number solutions. We get two imaginary solutions. So this is what it would look like, an example of what it would look like. The quadratic parabola is sitting above the x-axis. It doesn't cross it at all. So it doesn't touch the x-axis at all. So we don't get any real number solutions with this. We just get two imaginary number solutions. So when we find the discriminant, it gives us a way to tell how many solutions we should expect from that quadratic. Sometimes we just want to know that and not know exactly what they are. We just care what kind of solutions it has. So here's our first example. So determine the type and number of solutions for 0 equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 2. So remember, we're going to use that part of the quadratic formula, the b squared minus 4ac. And we're going to check it against 0 to tell us how many solutions it has. So I have to identify a, b, and c. So a is the number in front of the x squared, b is the number in front of the x, and 2 is the number without any x. So a equals 2, b equals 5, and c equals negative 2. So I'm going to just plug those in, plug in the values for a, b, and c. So I get 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 2. And I simplify. 5 squared is 25. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, times negative 2 is positive 16. So I get 25 plus 16. And that equals 41. I'm going to simplify that. Well, since 41 is greater than 0, then that tells me that this quadratic has two real number solutions. So that means it crosses the x-axis in 2 places. So it just tells me how many and what type of solutions that I have. All right, example 2. Determine the type and number of solutions for 0 equals 3x squared minus 4x plus 7. Again, we're going to identify a, b, and c. A is 3, b is negative 4, and c is 7. So I have a equals 3, b is negative 4, and c is 7. I plug those numbers in, so I get negative 4 squared minus 4 times 3 times 7. And now I simplify, so I get negative 4 squared. Well, that's negative 4 times negative 4, which is positive 16. Then I get negative 4 times 3, which is negative 12, times 7 is negative 84. So I get 16 minus 84. So I'm going to simplify that. I'm going to pull my calculator out and do 16 minus 84, and I get negative 68. Well, since negative 68 is less than 0, then that tells me that I have two imaginary number solutions. I have 0 real number solutions and 2 imaginary number solutions. All right, example 3. Determine the type and number of solutions for 0 equals x squared minus 2x plus 2. Identify A, B, and C. A is 1, B is negative 2, C is positive 2. Plug those values in. I get negative 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2. I'm going to simplify. Negative 2 squared is 4, and then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So I get 4 minus 8. I simplify that to be negative 4. And again, since negative 4 is less than 0, I get 2 imaginary number solutions. So I think on the assignment that you have for today, it doesn't ask you anything about imaginary number solutions. It asks you how many real number solutions. So in this case, if it's less than 0, you're going to put 0 real number solutions. And just remember that it has 2 imaginary numbers when it doesn't have any real. All right, example 4. Again, determine the type and number of solutions for 0 equals x squared plus 6x minus 9. A is negative 1, B is 6, and C is negative 9. Plug those values in. You get 6 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 9. Simplify. 6 squared is 36. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4 times negative 9 is negative 36. So I get 36 minus 36, which is just 0. So since 0 equals 0, I get 1 real number solution. That means it crosses the x-axis in only one place. Its vertex is sitting on the x-axis. Example 5. Determine the type and number of solutions for 0 equals negative 5x squared plus 6x plus 2. Identify A, B, and C. Well, A is negative 5, B is 6, and C is 2. Plug those values in to the b squared minus 4ac. When I do that, I get 6 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 2. And then I'm going to do the math. I'm going to simplify. 6 squared is 36. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20 times 2 is 40. So I get 36 plus 40. I add those together and I get 76. And since 76 is greater than 0, I get 2 real number solutions. So it crosses the x-axis in 2 places. And our last example, determine the type and number of solutions for 0 equals 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Identify A, B, and C. A is 4, B is negative 4, and C is 1. Plug all of those in. So I get negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1. Simplify. Well, negative 4 squared is positive 16. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16 times 1 is negative 16. And I'm going to just simplify again. 16 minus 16 is 0. And since 0 equals 0, I'm going to get 1 real number solution. So again, that quadratic, that parabola, has its vertex sitting right on the x-axis with just 1 real number solution. So you have an assignment posted in Alex that's called Finding the Determinant. Again, it's 10 questions. You can retry them as many times as you want. And just know that I'm pretty sure it just asks for real number solutions. So it's either going to be 1 real number solution, or 2 real number solutions, or 0 real number solutions. So if the determinant is greater than 0, it's going to be 2 real number solutions. If the determinant equals 0, it's going to be 1. And if the not the determinant, the discriminant. Sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. If the discriminant is less than 0, then it's going to be no real number solutions or 0 real number solutions. So again, you have until Sunday at midnight to get these finished. So if you have any questions, you can email me, or you can jump on Google Hangouts during my office hours and we can talk about it. Have a great day and stay safe.